always call in and join the conversation by dialing 215-763-9596. I am Naima, the self-love poet. My co-host is currently not with us. He's stuck in traffic, but hopefully he'll get here soon. What can I say? What can I really say besides that you should be watching that documentary on the historic Uptown Theater on WHYY. That's WHYY. Y'all, we are a black-owned nonprofit radio station, so we definitely need your donations. That's $985 Uptown, $985 UPTOWN. I am in the building with our special guest, Kent Black. How are you?
Hey, what's good? What's good? Thanks for having me. I'm doing great. Just landed in Philly for the evening. Blessed to be here.
Yes, you say landed in Philly. Where are you originally from?
I'm from the DMV area, originally from Virginia. Right now I'm stationed in Maryland.
The artist with you. That would have been dope next time. That just...
Man, I tried, bro. And this is a kind of like a big thing that I'm working through right now is for the years past, I was primarily providing resources to artists, taking them on tour, getting them radio opportunities, getting them press coverage and stuff like that, like putting artists before me a little bit, like selflessly. And I didn't feel like it was something that was like stunting my growth or holding me back from progressing, because I was facilitating a lot of those interactions and opportunities. And I did reach out to some of the artists that I work with. I'm not currently managing any artists intentionally. But I did reach out to some artists, and they kind of just faked. Like, they faked. I had an artist that was planning to come, and they backed out last minute. So I was just like, I think it's just my time.
That's not in God's plan. The blessings that He has for you is for you.
Right.
And maybe it's not, for other people to be included in it.
Yeah.
So y'all missed out.
They missed out. I think
it's
definitely
on a dope interview. Okay, a chance to showcase yourself on a national radio show, worldwide, online. But
it's my time to shine.
Yes, it's definitely your time. So I'm thankful that you didn't just stay back because they didn't come. Because some people tend to do that. They want to wait on their friends. And waiting on your friends to make you miss out on a lot of good opportunities.
It will make you miss out. And sometimes I see that, like, as a curator, as a manager, like, I see sometimes people, they're afraid to do stuff on their own. They need their clique. They need their people for emotional, mental support. Whatever. And sometimes you just need to show up with yourself and be present with and for yourself. So it's no shade to nobody, but
no shade.
It's definitely a theme right now in my life.
Don't get me wrong, I still take the time to pour into people when I can.
Right.
But I don't overdo it, and I don't force it anymore.
Yeah, and I like I'm big on language. I think language is important. So I've learned to say with myself instead of like alone or by myself, because you always have yourself. Yeah. Even though sometimes we'd be scared or like not always the most confident or comfortable with just ourselves. Yeah. And I'll admit to that. Like, I would sometimes rather go with support. Yeah. But sometimes you don't have it. So if you're not confident with yourself and able to stand on that or stand with or on your own, like it's gonna hold you back, and you're gonna block your own blessings. So
no, that's so true.
Yeah. I'm really, like I said, I'm really leaning into that right now and enjoying that and celebrating me.
Yeah. I love that
artists
for you.
Who were selected. So I was selected in addition to a select few artists. And he brought us on his show, interviewed us, put us on like mainstream radio, and we got radio play. And that really like opened my eyes to like myself and like my potential as a musician or a music artist. And I never really experienced anything like that in my life. So it was super overwhelming. Like I didn't grow up in the theater or have any like musical training or background. So like honestly, it was super embarrassing, but it was like, that was like when the door opened for me, like spiritually and career wise, and I was affirmed in like my talent. So I've just been like carrying that impression like through the entirety of my career.
That's really amazing. That's really amazing.
That's how I got started, for sure.
Yeah. So have you done any more?
Definitely check her out. She's doing great things. But her first performance was at Free Space, and that was in like 2019, 2020. And since then, she's been like touring. She's done performances, radio, TV, internationally.
Wow.
And yeah, so shout out to Kadi. It's definitely been a blessing to see people like her and other artists that I've worked with like start there through a product of my creation, and not even to be in my ego, but like it's really a blessing. Like
that's a huge blessing.
It's really a blessing, and just to see people like find empowerment, find like strength and inspiration, and find themselves like in a space that you created with that intention, and it's a blessing.
I know that feeling.
Yeah.
What made you name it Free Space? I know there has to be a meaning behind it.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, I can selfishly enjoy this for me and just have it be for me, which is not always selfish. Like some things are just for you, but I do enjoy like giving to my community, like, and I don't like to just say it. I like to actually do it via my actions, is give to my community. So I had a few persons, like artists that I work with, asked to be involved in some of the things I was doing, like radio, press, when I go on tour. Artists would want to come, and I would be receptive to them sharing in that experience. And also like transparently, like it is cheaper to go on tour with other artists than like just yourself, and you're footing the bill for everything. So it was kind of just like an opportunity for me to like introduce other people to the things that I was doing for me, and also like share some of the financial burden for everyone, because that's really what it is. Like the more the merrier. Always wanting to manage artists, because even present day, like artists will ask me like, oh, like I'm looking for a manager. I want help with management, and I do enjoy managing an artist, but I always tell them like, you relinquish a lot of your networking, a lot of your net worth, and a lot of your business mind to your manager. And as a manager, even for myself, like I'm not a selfish person. Like I do not have a problem like putting somebody before me. Because I know at the end of the day, like I'm giving that to someone. It's not an obligation. And so I tell artists, like, if I'm going to manage you, or if anyone else is going to manage you, you need to know that, like, what you get from that manager is what they want to share with you. You can't make them share anything with you. They engage local artists. And then when COVID came, a lot of that kind of just went away. It all, not kind of, like, it all just went away. And so, and I would consider myself like an industry artist at that point, like doing R&B. It was really easy for me to get on the radio. It was really easy for me to network with radio personalities, with media personalities. I was getting booked for commercials. I was getting booked for shows. I was getting booked for radio. And then when COVID came, like it just all went away. And so I really felt the need to empower myself. Like I felt the need to empower myself, and that's really when Free Space like took stage. And I was like, I can do a lot of these, and I can bridge that gap for myself, but also like the community in the DMV. And it was hard because a lot of places were shutting down, businesses were shutting down.
I'd love to hear a little sneak peek of what you sent us. So we have 2 records from you. We have Lashed Out, and then we have Shoot Me Down. Which one you want to go for first?
Let's do Shoot Me Down. Lashed Out is a little slower, so I want to give them something a little heavier right now.
Okay, so you want to line it up for us? Tell us about it.
So this project, these 2 songs came off this project that I'm in process of like releasing. This is kind of like the precursor for my press tour and the release of this EP called Alt Bay, like Alternative Bay. And it's kind of just about me like coming into like myself as an alternative artist, like transitioning from the R&B sector of music into like this alternative sector of punk and indie rock. Specifically, these 2 songs are like about my relationship with my child's mother. So y'all definitely.
Shoot Me Down by Kent Black. You are listening to WJYN 98.5 FM. You already know how you can hear us. That's uptownradiophilly.org. That's uptownradiophilly.org. Or you can turn your radio to 98.5 FM. You're probably a few dials away, so why don't you dial in our way? Okay, and speaking of dialing in, you can always call in and join the conversation by dialing 215-763-9596. That's 215-763-9596. Make sure you check out that documentary on the historic Uptown Theater on WHYY. And while you're watching it, why not? Just send us a donation. We are a black-owned nonprofit radio station, and we need your donations. That's $985 Uptown, $985 UPTOWN. Kent.
Yeah.
That was good.
You like that?
Yes, I like that. I
That's
like
cool.
that it's different. And like you said, the sound is not like anybody else I've ever heard.
Right.
That's different.
I appreciate that.
For
These
sure.
things are like the Alt Bay EP release. I've been putting
EP. So y'all get in his DMs and make sure that you on his behind to finish the project.
Yeah, because a lot of people are on my behind about it. They're like, when is the project coming? You've been talking about it. Like, it's been a couple years in the making. Because I had another rock project that I was going to do where it was like full instrumentation.
Okay.
And that was called the Black Punk Affair.
Okay.
And it just didn't materialize in the way that I was wanting it to. Mm-hmm. Like, it's a one-man punk band, so I have to build the instrumental, like, it's looping and stuff involved. So each song was, like, 6 minutes long, and a general audience wasn't really going to be receptive to just, like, sitting down and hearing a project of instrumentation unless they already knew the music. But like a new listener,
you know?
right. But in that case, like I was saying, like for new listeners, it is a little more difficult to get this sound out, especially on mainstream. Yeah. And I know a lot of artists aren't like, I don't care about mainstream. I don't want to be mainstream. And that's cool. Yeah. And that is cool. And I'm not pressed on having a mainstream sound. I'm not changing my sound to fit a demographic.
No, you have to be you.
But at the same time, I am a little old-fashioned, and I do really like radio as an accomplishment as an artist. Like, it is still an accomplishment for me to be like, I'm going to get my music on the radio. It is. Where a lot of artists are like, I'm just going to worry about running up my streams. And that's cool too. Like, it's both. But for me, I like both.
Whatever works for the artist, you know.
Right.
I believe that's what's most important. Whatever works for the artist, know your lane and stick to it. Right. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, exactly.
But we do have another track from you.
Yeah, let's get into that one.
Lashed Out. Yeah. You want to line that one up for us?
This one is, this is actually...
So we're going to run over a little bit on the time. Is that okay? Okay. So we're going to take it into 11:10 and then that's the cutoff. Okay. It's 10:58 right now.
Cool. I'll admit that I'm a little toxic.
8.5 FM. That was Kent Black with Lashed Out, y'all. Hopefully y'all are staying tuned and y'all are looking forward to getting this new project by the Kent Black, y'all. This is WJYN 98.5 FM. I am Naima, the self-love poet, and you already know how you can tune into us. WJYN 98.5. That's uptownradiophilly.org. Uptownradiophilly.org. You can always call in and join the conversation by dialing 215-763-9596. That's 215-763-9596. Make sure you check out that documentary on the historic Uptown Theater on WHYY. And make sure you send your donations. We need your donations. Okay, that's $985 Uptown, $985 UPTOWN. As you heard Kim Blake say, there's not too many radio stations that's still looking out for
really like encompass like where I was as an artist, like coming into the industry as an R&B predominantly artist, and then kind of like making this transition into rock, indie rock, punk, grunge. Those I think really kind of like set the tone. I do have some more like that too. I have like some more somber stuff, but after that is like it gets heavier and harder from there.
Okay.
Like I do screamo stuff too.
Okay.
And I'm really good at it. Like I sing, like so. I think not even to toot my own horn about it, but like my voice is very controlled, is very trained, and it sounds good. Like it does sound really good. But if you like to turn up and you like a heavier feel, it gets heavier.
It's more to come, he's saying.
It's more to come.
It's more to come. So I need
Yes.
y'all to flood those DMs. Is there anything out now that they can go stream? And when you have the courage to go out to other, places and showcase your talent. Because, sometimes, it's the people who don't know you that will support you the hardest.
Yeah. And it's definitely that. Because sometimes, like, I'm not even throwing shade on my city because they already know us up. Like, they know me in the DMV. They know my company in the DMV. But sometimes they just find themselves desensitized. They're like, oh, that's just Kent Black.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just another one of his shows, And I get it.
Yeah.
But sometimes you just need to go somewhere else so you can get loved on somewhere else.
Yes.
And then
find
then
your
come back
people.
and find your people because they're
find your
everywhere.
people because, and if you really want to make it, you can't
just do it in one
stay
place.
caged in. Yeah, you
Right.
have to.
You gotta
venture
branch out.
That's our goal for this year. Me and Kent Black, y'all. You heard 2 exclusives from him, and that project is gonna drop, and he's gonna be right back so we can play it on air, the clean version.
For sure. Yes.
But Kent, I want to thank you for coming out. He came all the way
you.
from Maryland. Let's just let
That's
that
real.
be known.
That's
he
real.
came all the way from Maryland, chasing an opportunity, and more artists need to move like you. So I just want to thank you for coming out. Thank you for being here. Thank you for a great interview and for allowing me to hear a different sound because we're tired of the same old stuff,
Me too.
Yes. So thank you so much. But
Thanks for having me, y'all.
This has been WJYN 98.5 FM, y'all. FM. I'm Naima the Self-Love Poet. We just did an interview with Kent Black. I need y'all all to go follow him, go run his streams up, and go support. That's what us independent artists need more than anything. Just support. A like, a share.